Long before the blockades and long before coronavirus, Conservatives were demanding that Justin Trudeau and this Liberal government come up with an economic plan that would see us through an economic storm. Now we see the economic clouds amassing in every direction, and we know that Justin Trudeau has no plan for the economy. We've been calling for this government to come up with a plan, and they have put nothing away for a rainy day. Well, the rain is starting to fall, and we know that this government has faltered. They've continued to spend uncontrollably, adding $28 billion deficit, and this year it'll mean over $100 billion in wasteful spending added to Canada's debt by the end of this year. This is catastrophic for the Canadian economy, and we believe that it's time to act. Every Canadian family knows that money has to be put away for a rainy day. Over the last number of years, Justin Trudeau has claimed that the Canadian economy has continued to grow and prosper. But all the time, he continued his wasteful spending billions and billions of dollars in places that Canadians didn't see any benefit or result. And now that the rain has come, there's nothing left to spend during this crisis. As you know, I've said for a very long time that I don't believe that Justin Trudeau does have an economic plan that will ensure that we have long-term prosperity and stability as a nation. Tonight, we are demanding that Justin Trudeau produce a plan, if in fact he has. We're using a parliamentary procedure to force the government over the next 45 days to produce any documents that will give us any assurance that they have a plan to take us into the long term. If they don't have a plan, we do have some suggestions. We believe there's some simple things that they've refused to do over the last 5 years that will bring long-term prosperity and stabilize Canada's economy. Number one, we believe that there should be tax cuts for job creators and entrepreneurs in our country. We have built this country through the ingenuity and the creativity of entrepreneurs. And we believe that this government needs to quit its attack on those who create jobs in our communities and ensure that they have the ability to grow and prosper. We've also called on this government to reduce red tape, the unnecessary encumbrances that limit the ability for small businesses and businesses in this country to continue to grow and to prosper. In many cases, driving those businesses out of our country into places that have more receptive governments to investment in those places. Early in my career under the Harper government, I was appointed to a red tape reduction commission. This commission proposed one simple rule that would ensure that governments in the future wouldn't have the ability to continue to encumber businesses and small businesses and entrepreneurs with the unnecessary red tape that really drives them out of business. I believe strongly in a 2-for-1 rule, that every new rule or every new encumbrance that government places on business, they should be required to remove two that already exist, ensuring that unnecessary red tape and duplication of red tape would be reduced. Not only do we believe that we need to reduce red tape for small businesses so that every small business can succeed, we want this government to end its corporate welfare policy where they're giving taxpayers' money to their favored companies. We've seen this when the government gave $12 million to Loblaws, a very profitable company. We saw when they gave $50 million to MasterCard. We've seen when they've given massive bailouts to their friends at Bombardier. We think that there should be an end to corporate welfare. We believe that the government needs to get out of the business of picking winners and losers and start investing in regular Canadians and reducing the encumbrance so that all small businesses can succeed. As the budget approaches, we are calling for this government to do a number of things. As I've laid out, we believe there should be a reduction in red tape, that there should be a reduction in payroll taxes and encumbrances and new taxes on small businesses. We also believe that there needs to be a plan to bring our spending back to balance. Every household knows that you cannot spend yourself into prosperity. In the same way, this government has to end its uncontrolled and wasteful spending. We're calling on the government to act now because tomorrow is going to be too late.